Good morning, everyone. My name is Terry Seitz, and I'm the Faith Formation Director of Holy Spirit Parish. I'm just giving you a little view of my messy office. And I'm here today to share with you about my favorite saint. Well, I have several favorite saints. One is Oscar Romero, Saint Oscar Romero, who is the Archbishop of El Salvador, and he was assassinated celebrating Mass because he was a champion and always speaking out against the oppression of the people at that time, and he was killed for it. And of course, Saint Mother Teresa, everybody knows her story. I love her dearly. Cardinal Joseph Bernardin of Chicago was one of my favorite people as well, being from Chicago. He was just a very good leader at that time. But my favorite person of all is Dorothy Day. She's a saint in the making. Hopefully she'll make it to sainthood. She certainly earns it, but she would tell you herself she is no saint. She would say, "Don't call me a saint, period." But she was a very holy woman. I have a lot of books on Dorothy Day. These are just a few of them. And I would suggest if you want to really know more about her, get the book Love is the Measure. Or watch the movie Entertaining Angels, which tells mostly about her life. And there's a documentary being made right now on the life of Dorothy Day. In her early years, she was a radical journalist. She was baptized in the Episcopal Church, but she really didn't have a life of faith. She lived a bohemian lifestyle, had several relationships, one which she had an abortion, and then she was involved with another man who she was deeply in love with by the name of Forrester, and she had a baby by him. But at that time of her life, she was drawn to the Catholic Church, and she had her baby baptized. Her daughter's name was Tamar, and Dorothy Day herself was received into the church. And she would be the one to tell you, conversion is a lonely thing, because once she devoted her life to God and to the church, she lost all her friends. Dorothy Day was a champion for the poor. She also took part in many peaceful protests. This is one of my favorite posters of Dorothy Day. She's actually sitting quietly, peacefully, surrounded by the police, and she was protesting war at that time and nuclear arms. And she would tell you this: our problems stem from our acceptance of this filthy, rotten system. And the system she was referring to was the system of capitalism, and the fact that we put greed over our neighbor, and we'll sell our guns for a lot of money. My favorite quote of Dorothy Day is this: the greatest challenge of the day is how to bring a revolution of the heart, a revolution which has to start with each one of us. And Dorothy Day would always say, "I really only love God as much as I love the person I love the least." And that's an awesome saying of hers as well, because it really points out how hard it is to love the poor, how hard it is to love our enemies, and it's a tough thing that we have to do as Christians, because the final word is love. How do we love our neighbor? How do we love the poor? How do we take care of each other? Especially, looking at it in the times that we're living in right now during the pandemic. What would Dorothy Day be doing? She would still be living the corporal works and the spiritual works of mercy. I have these Christmas lights around the writings of Dorothy Day because they mean so much to me, and she was a light. She was a light in the darkness. One of my favorite stories or sayings is that she would always tell you the final word is love. We cannot love God unless we love each other, and to love we must know each other. We know Him in the breaking of the bread, and we know each other in the breaking of the bread, and we are not alone anymore. Heaven is a banquet, and life is a banquet too, even in a crust when there is companionship. We have all known the long loneliness, and we have learned that the only solution is love, and that love comes with community. And that's what we're all about, community. Have a great day, everybody.